everyone. Happy Sunday and happy August. Lovely to see you all here today. Um, Hi to Fiona, Val, Pat, Di, Nicola, Kay, Heather, Ethel, Mary, Julia, Anita, Gillian. Oh, lovely. Lovely to see you all here. And hope you are all well. I know some of you aren't quite so well, so I hope today is a good day for you. Let's start August off with a bang. August is my favourite month of the year. So I thought we would do a very special card kit for you today. So this is just one of the samples, and it is a bit of a mega bundle of what you're going to get today. So this is one sample that I've made with the kit, and you may have seen it. It's called the Brie Merrion Christmas Friends set with this lovely little dog. So a different way of doing our Christmas cards. And in all honesty, this kit would give you enough to do. You're going to get enough to do 5 cards. So it is a mega kit, but you've also got enough to do about another 50 cards apart from your card blanks, but everything else you've got enough to do with it all. So it is loads and loads and loads. And I'm going to show you first of all what's actually in the kit. So I'm going to pop that to one side for a second. So in the kit, to start off with, you will have, let me just bring this over here, you will have some sheets of black card, because the black really makes this pop. So you're going to have 4 sheets of black card. You are also then going to have 16 A4 sheets, and this is a mixture. So the Brie Merrion section comes with what they call the essential card collection and also decorative papers. So I couldn't decide which would be best. So you've got something of everything. You have got 16 full sheets of A4 size, all different. I'm just trying to open them up. All different patterns and designs. But the good thing is that they are all matching. So your greens match, your browns match, and it all goes together beautifully. So you've got all of that lot in there. And there's more. On top of that, you get this little bundle. Now, this is called the Toppers Collection, the Christmas Friends Toppers Collection. They're all A6, so that's roughly 10 by 15. And there are 64 toppers in here. 8 designs, 8 of each one. And although this is Brie Merrion, it reminds me of Rendale. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with Rendale, but Rendale is a design which have got all these splats and everything of the animals. So you have got Christmas rabbits or hare, not quite sure which. The pussycat, looking at the robin. Whoops, hold on. You have got the gorgeous dog. Hold on. The barn owl. Pheasant. Robin. And hold on. Stag. And somewhere amongst here is the donkey as well. So 8 different designs, 64 in total of those. But there's more. You also have in your kit some card blanks. You have an 8 by 8 card blank, which is to replicate the one that I'm going to show you in a second, which is something like this one. So an 8 by 8. But you also have 4 5 by 7 ivory cards and matching envelopes to make into sort of like some notelets, which I will show you again in just a minute. And finally, you will also have, as well as all of that, you will also have the Merry Christmas die from the Festive Collection by Sue Wilson and Creative Expressions. So it's one of their sort of mini ones. And I found that just sort of I'll bring this back in again. That is the die. I just felt it just matched in beautifully with all of these. So you will get all of that as your card kit, and the card kits will be ready to go out midweek this week. So from the 4th, is it? Or yeah, 4th. From the 4th of August, these are all ready to go. So yeah, absolutely beautiful there. So let us see what we're going to make with them. So I've got, let me just, hold on, bring in all these. I've got sort of like a selection for you really, because I do feel that these are so, you know, anyone can do them and in any sort of way. So let me just bring in these images again. So I feel that you could cut them down. And in one of the samples I'm going to show you in a minute, I have cut it down. But in general, you can actually just keep these the same size as they are. Okay. So I think that that sort of really makes it easy for, dare I say it, the children to be doing as well. If you just want a very quick kit and you just want to say, here you are, somebody, here's 4 Christmas cards for you. Just thought that they would help you along with the start of your collection. I think they just work beautifully. So let's just choose the 5x7s just to make a quick card. So we've got a 5x7 card, and I've chosen the ivory because I just think that that's a better colouring for this particular one. So let's choose a design. I think I'm going to go, I saw that little, where is it, that owl. And I thought I liked the owl. So I'm going to go for the owl. And then I'm going to do very, very simply, I'm going to choose a background colour first. And I'm going to choose a brownie colour, I think. I think that looks quite nice. Yeah. So the beauty of it all is that the browns and the reds and the greens, they all match all of these colour cards that's being used. So I'm simply going to cut with this one a background. So you're hardly going to see it, although that is a coloured piece, we're hardly going to see it. And the measurements for this, I'm going to measure my piece of card. That's 14.8. So it's a bit of a funny one, and 10.5. So that is an absolute true A6 piece of card. So I'm just going to cut 0.5 centimetre bigger all the way around. So I'll cut this one at 15.3. Whoops, don't get in. 15.3. Like so. And then down the side, just remember what it was 10.5, wasn't it? So a piece of that's 11 that way around there. Okay, so that is virtually going to be covered by my design anyway, but it's beautifully matching with the same colours. So not a lot of thought needed. Then I'm going to take a piece of my black card and I'm going to cut that at 15.8 and then at 11.5. So all I'm doing is I'm adding a little extra bit all the way around. So this could not be more simple. Absolutely perfect for quick cards, notelets even. I'm going to put Merry Christmas on it, but really you don't even need to do that. It could be anything. And that will sit on there beautifully. So let's just put it together very, very simply. So this is really ideal for, I spent ages getting this started just now. This is very simple for the notelets cards, okay? So I'm going to go with my little one because this one was working beautifully. Thank you very much. And the bigger card is much more of the order of the day of you can design it just how you want, but these will all look a bit different. I'm not going to put any foam on the back of these. I'm just going to lay this one down flat, and as I said, would be ideal to even give as a gift as a set of 4 or something nearer the time for Christmas, so that someone can do their own sort of Christmas cards. So that's going to go straight down onto my card front. And then all I need to do, let's pop that into there. All I need to do is add one of my Merry Christmases, which I've already cut out. Oh, trying to grab hold of it. So you can see, already done that. Just going to put a bit of glue onto my mat here so I can pick it up. Obviously this is a silicone mat, so I can easily pick it up. And then I'm just going to pop it just over here. How much more simple can you get than a beautiful, very quick Christmas card? And you have got enough to do, you've got 4 blanks in your set there. So I will be selling some of the extras as well. So there will be extra inserts and extra cards and bits and pieces that you can pick if you wish. And also some of the ivory coloured cards as well. So there's card 1. Did do it, I will just show you this one. I did do it on a white card before. So this was the another version of it, obviously, but I preferred it on the ivory. I think it didn't look quite so stark. I'm not quite sure how that's showing up on your screen today, but I think it looks a little bit better there. Okay, so now I'm just going to go through our larger design. So with our larger design, shall I just clear that away? That might be a good idea, mightn't it? With our larger design, you're going to get an 8x8 card blank, plus the envelope as well. And you have got, again, all the selection of what you might want to choose to go with it. So I do always suggest that you choose the image that you want to use first. And I think this time I was going to go for the robin. So that's going to be my choice for this one, is my robin. And I think I could probably get away with the robin of trimming it down a little bit. I kind of think that I'd prefer it a little bit like that. But you can see with this one, I haven't trimmed it at all, and it still looks absolutely fine. But with this one, I think I just want to trim it a little bit. So I'm just going to get my trimmer and just trim off. I try and trim it so that it's let's say 12.5 centimeters, only because it's easier to work with an even number so that I can cut it all down. But I think that looks quite nice, so just chop that bit away. So with all of your large card sizes, we need to start off with a black piece of card which will measure 19.5 centimeters squared. That is the same for any design that you want to do. So 19.5 by 19.5. Okay. And you will need that bit in just a second. In fact, actually, we'll cut it now. So this piece needs to be 19 centimeters long. So I'm going to trim that to 19. And then I want a piece that is 6 centimeters long, wide rather. And then we're left over with this piece, which should be about 4. Okay, so that cuts up with just the tiniest bit of waste from our black card. And all the measurements for all this sort of thing is going to be in your pack. So you know all these measurements here. So that's going to be my card basis. I will need another bit of black card in a minute to pop the back of him. Now then I'm going to choose my papers. Now this is the fun bit because there's some lovely, lovely designs. But I'm going to be looking at my robin with the idea of I ought to have a bit of the same colour of the red strikes to mind. So I'm going to choose some of this red card here. And then I want a background. And I'm thinking a lighter colour. So much to choose from. I'm thinking of, oh, what's this one? Oh, yes, that one. That's what I'm thinking of. But you can see there's snowflakes, there's all sorts of things that you could be choosing. But this one, I think, will go nicely with him. So that's going to be my main background. And I'm going to trim this down 0.5 centimetre smaller than my black piece. So this will be 19 by 19. Okay. And the beauty of this is it's got so much papers that you can choose from. So that is going to go onto there like that. And then these two pieces just need a strip of paper, but I'm not going to use that same one. I'm going to use this corresponding one because I think it will look quite nice like that. So I'm going to trim a piece at 5.5 by 19. I'll show you that in just a second. And another piece that's 3.5 by 19 again. Now, the reason why I've got these both at the same size is I think it looks a bit better. Just pop that to one side a second. I think it looks a bit better to go edge to edge on these pieces. So instead of it going and giving a border all the way around, I've only got a border top and bottom. And I think that that looks a little bit better. I'll show you in a second what I mean. So that one then will go there as well. So it's all in place, all my pieces. Now I just need to pop him together there as well. And I am going to give him a little bit of red as well. Now I'm going to choose it from a different pattern, but I know that I've got the same sort of red. So I'm going to give him a background first of that. So he measured 12.5 by 10.5. So I want to add 0.5 centimetre all the way around. So that will be 11 by 13. So let's go 13 along there. By 11 there. And then I want just one more piece of black just to fit on the back, and that's going to be 0.5 centimetre more again. So you've got loads of black card in your 13.5. If I'm hopeless at remembering. Yeah, 13.5. It's not Wednesday, don't worry. Don't worry, it's not Wednesday. Wednesday was disaster day, wasn't it, eh? Dear, oh dear. Okay, so you can see now that I'm getting all of my images together here. Okay, like so. So let's put the card together and let me show you how it goes. So my card blank, and I'm going to put on my first layers. So my black layer will go straight down onto my card front, and that will give me just a little border all the way around. I will add a bit of foam because I think that's going to look nice. But it simply goes in the centre there, gives me a nice border all the way around. Then I'm going to put my first layer of patterned papers on. And these again will all look different depending on whichever pattern paper you fancy using to start off with. Just want to pop that into position so that I have got a border again all the way around. Now I'm going to put these, I'm going to stick these together, but I want to add some foam to the back of them before I put them on. So I'm just going to pop this one onto the background, whoops, of my red layer. Like that, and then this onto the black. It's done along the lines of one of the sketch cards. If you can remember, we've done a couple of those where you take a card sketch pattern and you're sort of told, right, well, this is what you're aiming for, but what you choose is different. And that's what I thought would be different, that if I give you loads and loads of choice, it kind of leaves you, just sitting that on top, leaves you to do whatever you like and whatever pattern you like. So I'll just pop these to the edge. And there, as I say, giving a little border top and bottom, but not on the edges. And then it's up to you to decide where you are happy with these to go. So I'm going to open it that way round. Now these will now go on the back. So say, for example, it went there and this one cross here, let's say. So we just need to make sure that our robin is going to be in the right place. And we're also going to have a little room for our sentiment. And in this case, I think the sentiment would look nice up here. But it can go anywhere. So we could say, let's push that to that side and that down the bottom. And then we'll put our image up the top there. Or we'll move this piece and we'll put that at the top and we'll put that down the bottom. Or we'll put that in the middle. Or we'll move that in the middle. The absolute endless combinations of how you could do this card is incredible. Just by cutting out corresponding pieces of card, but you haven't even got to think about it, because in the bundle you have got the correct colour background to match with this, the correct colour reds, the correct colour greens, etc., etc. All you've got to do, the fun bit, is just putting it all together. And if you use the measurements that I've given you as the basis, just cut them out and then just play. It really doesn't matter where you think that you know, that one can look completely different to that one. And I've got another one that I want to show you in just a second as well, another completely different one. So let's just pop this one together. So I think that I am going to put this one on the back, and I'm going to pop that straight down, and I'm going to pop it in the center like that. I'm going to add foam to this one because I want a little bit of dimension. So I'm just going to add some foam to the back of this one, and I'm going to add that in the center as well. So just whip that off. So we'll be going to go Christmas now. Now we've got to August, of course, but all the new Christmas stuff now from John Next Door is waiting in the wings for next weekend to go online. So I can't wait to show you all those things and catch the programs. They are going to be super. So I'm going to put that more or less in the middle, like that. And again, I'm just matching up the edges, and I think that all looks sort of all moulded in together nicely. Now I'm going to go with my robin, and I'm not going to put foam on the back of my robin. Don't need to put it all over, actually. I need to put it in the centre, because if you look at it, that's the only bit it's going to stick to. And I'm going to bring him, I'm not going to make him straight in the middle. I'm going to bring him down here a little bit, just slightly off centre. I'm going to stick that there. And then I just want to do my sentiment. So let me show you how I'm going to do my sentiment for here. Now, I'm going to grab myself a bit of card there, and I'm going to use a scrap of one of the pieces of paper that I used. And I think it would be better to use the lighter colour one rather than the red. I don't think the red one will work quite so well, she says, and now thinks, oh, I don't know. Oh, I think I'm just going to go with all of them, I think. Just going to go with all of them. So let me take my little trimmer, because that'll be easier to trim these. Now I've got to bear in mind that I'm popping my little sentiment on there. So if I pop that there, my sentiment needs to go in a piece that's about 6 centimetres wide by 4. So 6 by 4. We'll give that a go. So I'm going to go with the lightest colour first. And I'm going to chop that off at 6 and a little one by 4. And hopefully it will fit in there nicely. So having cut that, I'm then going to go for a piece which is 1/2 centimetre bigger, so 6.5 by 4.5 with the red. And then finally the black, which is 1/2 centimetre bigger again, so 7 by 5. So again, using up all the little scraps. I'm sure someone will do it, but it would be lovely to see how many cards you manage to make out of this actual set. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue onto the red and put that layer down first, followed by the patterned piece. That goes in the centre, and then a little bit of glue there to pick up on my sentiment. And that goes, whoops. Oh, the Mary looks as if it is a bit merry, doesn't it? Caught it with my finger. That's better. And then we'll come over here, and that little one I think would look quite nice up in that corner. Now, in order to stick that on, I'm going to have to put some foam onto it to make it sit up. And the foam needs to only go behind here because this is flat on my card. So I'm just going to put a little bit at the back, just along that piece. And then I can just put glue on the other side so that it just sits on there. So I'll put a bit of glue here and then a little bit just onto there so that that will sit that over the top of there nicely. So I'm pressing down on the foam there and on the glue there to stick to my robin. Now, I can then go a little bit extra. Now, these bits you have not got in your kit because I thought you might want to add something for yourself. So with this one, I've just chopped out a few snowflakes and I've got some snowflakes in it. But this one I thought would be nice with some little black gems that I've got, just to pop some of these up into the corners here. So just sort of like that, and then a little trio down here as well. But you can choose, I'm sure everyone's got loads of embellishments and you can choose anything. It might look nice with some extra holly leaves if you had them. It might look nice with some glossy accents to pick out these little berries. Again, giving something a bit different. So 2 completely different ones from there. And then I'm just going to finish off this other one that I've just got together. So very quick card, my card blank. I'll show you as it all goes together. I'm going to stick on my piece, I've already cut these out. I'm sticking on my piece of black card, which was 19.5 by 19.5. I chose my image first. Okay. And the image I chose was the stag. All right. So I've cut that piece. I've then chosen one of the coloured cards. So this is all in your kit. And this is one of the sort of lime green type colours, which I thought went well with my stag. Again, if you look at the picture of your stag, you've got that lovely coloured green there. It's matching with this, but it's also coordinating with the slightly darker green. So then I cut my slithers. So that was 19 centimetres by 6, and this one is 19 centimetres by 4. And then I've cut 19 centimetres by 5.5 and 19 centimetres by 3.5. And this is in the sort of little fir cone bit. So we'll pop that in. It just gives that border all the way round, like that. And like that. And again, we decide where we're going to put them in just a second. And then I've taken a piece of black card and a coordinating green. And if you recall, I said about the darker green here. So I've picked a piece of card with a darker green for my background. So I'm going to, oh, and I trimmed him down a little bit because I think I quite liked him trimmed down. So I'm just going to pop him straight on here with a little border all the way round. Pop this one onto here with a little border all the way round. So we've got all our elements. And I've just got one more element, which I've changed slightly. I've just made, for my sentiment, I've just taken 2 nesting circle dies, one and then another. Just made sure that I had enough room to be able to put my sentiment on with ease. And then I've cut that out in the lighter colour green, which is the background here. And then I've cut out the next size die up in black card to coordinate with it. You could use ovals, you could use notch squares, you could use any shape you like. The easiest one is to cut out like I just did on the other. But if you have got some circles or some ovals and things like that, that looks really nice as well. So I'm just going to add a bit more glue onto here so that I can add my sentiment. So just pick up a bit of glue, not the most ideal way of doing it, and just pop that into the centre so that I have got my sentiment ready to go, like that. If you are using the dry clears glue, which is really the only glue I would recommend, to be honest with you, then I would very much recommend that you use one like that, because if you do get somewhere it shouldn't do, you can easily take it off. So let's very quickly pop this one together. So well, I think we will go with one there, and then maybe one at the top this time. What do you reckon? That'll do, don't you think? It's just, it really is down to you. You can do these in so many different ways and they will all look different. So let's pop this one here. Won't use foam on here. I will use foam just on my main character. Pop that edge to edge. And as long as it is edge to edge, you know it's going to be straight, because if it isn't matching straight here, it won't be straight anywhere else. I'm going to put some foam onto the back of my stag. And then onto my sentiment. That's another card done. How quick is this? I mean, in all honesty, you could, by the end of August, your Christmas cards could be done. What with this and the next couple of releases due out this month, you would be sorted, would you not? Sorted. Who's ever finished all their cards by the end of August? Well, there's probably quite a few of you that have. But yeah, it just gives you that option of really quick and easy ones. And then we'll be working with the more detailed ones, which we love as well. No colouring required. Pop him there. Nothing. All done. All ready to go. Just need to put some foam underneath on the bottom part there, because that's what's going to hold this one up, so to speak. I'll just check. That goes in there. Oh. And as I said, if you've got snowflakes, if you've got little poinsettias, ivy, holly leaves or anything like that, don't want to make that go over his leg too much, but I think that would be fine. And we just pop a couple of those. A couple there and a couple, 1, 2 there. I could go on. I will stop. Oh. There you go. So let's clear this glue away, which is already dried, obviously, but because it's silicone, it comes away nicely. So let me show you that these are just 3 of the cards that you could be achieving if you treated yourself to the August card kit. So you have got the deer, you've got the robin, you've got the dog, you've also got the pussycat, the owl, the rabbit, and the pheasant and the donkey, and I haven't done any with those. But you can see that you have got such a lovely selection, and I do hope that if you get them, you have fun in trying them. And obviously you've also got your little Merry Christmas die for other cards as well. So masses for you today. Keep you busy. That's what we like to see. So all of the products over today, all of the bits and pieces will be on the maximumcrafts.com website. They're under the Facebook Live section for the card kit, but they're also under the monthly card kit. The monthly card kit, as always, is a limited edition. So it's basically when they're gone, they're gone. So you will maybe still be able to find some of the elements, but as set up as an actual kit, they are on the limited edition. Okay. I will be back on Wednesday morning at 11 o'clock, which is the 4th of August. And I'll be showing you some beautiful samples, which I've been helped along with by the lovely Jane. So going to show you some of those. And then next Sunday, I'll be back at 11 again. So lots happening in the background for this one. There's lots of restocks as well. So if you have been looking out for a few things, they are now trickling back in. So do pop over to the website if there was something that you were looking for before and haven't been able to see it for a little while. A lot of them are starting to come back in stock. And if there's anything in particular you're looking for, don't forget to just ask. Okay, so I hope you have a lovely rest of the weekend. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.